Yeah. What? Yo. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. What you running for? Yo. Uh. 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 Daily Go Get 'Em isn't show. You know what time it is. Yeah, I hope you know. We gonna make sure tonight that you get busy. Yo, y'all get me on the screen like who is he? But everything is gonna turn out fine because I'm always making sure that we go for mine. And I mean go for mine, go for yours. We gonna do what we gotta do. No dropping your drawers. We gonna keep it dressed fully. Everything is gonna be all right and nobody gets bullied. So sit back, relax, and chill. Let me do my thing, if you will. The skills that are going to be shown tonight. It's not a whole lot of skills, but we won't fight. There won't be no reason for no competition. We just trying to come together and complete the mission. The objective is to get completed. And it's a good show, and we need it. Yo, have a little fun, have a good time, have a little good beat and a good rhyme. So the time has come for us to get this thing on. No, we don't really have to rush, but we got probably a couple of hours. If y'all don't participate, I'm gonna be out in an hour and a half because I can just take a bath and lay down like I was doing before the show, you know? So you know how it goes, son. Everything is gonna be all right. Let's have a little fun. So tonight on the show, we talk about the director. You understand what I'm talking about? You have to respect her. When a director is really good for the show, you might want to go and see that thing. Yeah, you know I mean, you know, yo, it's true to me. It's true. Yeah, and sometimes that's the way it has to be. When they say the director ahead of the actors, you be like, I gotta go see that shit. It doesn't matter. So the directors matter for real. Yes, yeah. I'm chill. But sometimes they don't say the director. I want to know what's up with that thing. Yeah, for real, Ring. All right, so tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em show, I said tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em show, we are talking about directors matter. So y'all know it's movie night, Wednesday night movie night. And tonight we are talking about the importance of a director in a movie. So, you know, I'm under the impression with my limited knowledge of cinematography and of production and all of that, I know that having a good director for a movie can make or break a movie, for real. Because you can have all the best actors and you can have some of the greatest storylines or writers and all that kind of stuff, and it might not go well because the director is the one that puts everything together. He's the one that submits the final cut of the movie to editing. And then the editing is sort of like the engineer. You got to mix it down and everything like that and make it look like you wanted to see. So each scene is what the director has to make sure is shot to perfection. So if you've ever been on a movie set, or if you've ever been in a movie, you know that they shoot those scenes time and time again. It has to be quiet on the set. It has to be 100% no talkie, you know? And then when that objective gets achieved, then you normally have a good scene. There's so many other factors, other players that go into making a movie that the public will never see. But when they advertise a certain director of that movie, they are expecting you to know and recognize the expertise of that director, which means that this movie is going to go well, regardless of even if you like the movie or not. But they're telling you, you're going to like this movie because this director made sure that they would only direct a really good movie. And, you know, a lot of actors have decided to get behind the camera instead of in front of the camera. And y'all may know some of those actors. And in my opinion, some actors have been better directors than they have been actors. Anybody come to your mind? Do you care about who the director of a movie is? You know what I mean? Honestly, do you care about who the director of a movie is? Like, does it matter to you who directed a movie? Does that influence your decision to go see a movie? Well, that's the poll question, and I think it's a fair question. It warrants a response, and it actually takes some thinking about. The director of a movie. When we think about a Steven Spielberg, a John Carpenter, a Francis Ford Coppola, a Brian De Palma, a Martin Scorsese. Now you may recognize those directors and maybe many more if you're a real movie buff, and you may say like, yo, we know that every time this person directs a movie, we know it's going to be good. The Spike Lees, the late great what was that? Oh, shit. John Singleton, the late great John Singleton. May he rest in peace. It's my man. We know that directors like him, Mario Van Peebles is a pretty good director. As an actor, well, I'll let you be the judge. But his dad, Melvin Van Peebles, had some classics. Gordon Parks. Maybe I know more directors than I thought I knew. But we're going to talk about these directors and maybe some more directors that we may not know. And trust me, these directors have directed movies that we didn't know, and we may have realized later on why those movies were good or why they were shot in a certain type of way that reminded you of the signature way that a movie shot by these or directed by these directors had gone previously. So a director of a movie is important. But I want to know from you, how important is the director of a movie? How important is the director of a movie? Does it really matter to you? Is it groovy? Can we It's movie night. Can we all get along? We come through and we sing some songs. We make them up on the fly. Sometimes people might look at me and ask why. Can't you do a little bit better? Can you make sure you're a little wetter? Oop, well, now wait. Let's keep it straight. Ain't nobody coming around here trying to get a date. We just trying to have a good time tonight, cause late night is when it goes down. We get right. Alright? So let's give a shout out to my peeps. Yeah, what it's all about. TK Right is always in the place. Yo, it's always good to have my peepers going into your face. And Tory 2200. Yo, sometimes you come through and I'm feeling blunted, which means that you're taking me high. Yo, I ain't gonna get into it really right now. Why? Jeff Sprayberry representing the South. Yeah, from the ATL, that's where he turning out. Yo, it's feeling good. Yo, I have to get a couple of things understood. All of the opinions that said tonight are coming from right here. Yours truly. Get tight. Yo, no need to get angry because it really doesn't matter. Ain't nobody going to change me. And I wouldn't change it either. You're good the way you are, because at the end of the day, we all stars. Just like the bright little things in the sky. Yeah, they far as hell away from each other, and I don't know why. But if you think about it, it relates to Earth because we don't know each other. We not close to each other for what it's worth. Yo, but we still connect and we can see each other and give some respect. Yo, so tonight is movie night. Get your popcorn, all right? Juju bees, snow caps, raisinets. What's the haps? enough butter. Yeah, more butter. Keep the popcorn hot, for real. Come on, don't stutter. Yo, keep it tight. It's alright. It's movie night. Movie night. Movie night. Carla. Movie night. It's movie night. It's movie night. Movie night. It's movie night. 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 It's the director's cut. Movie night. Movie night. Movie night. Movie night. It's movie night. Movie night. It's movie night. 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 All right, we good? Levels is good. 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 All right. Directors matter. That's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. The director of a movie. How important is the director of a movie? Please, 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 my people, please hit that like button. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. But you ain't really got to do all that. Just hit the like button and everything, all the pieces will fall right there in place. The chips will just, it'll just, and there won't be no problem. It's gonna go, oonga, 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 oonga. So y'all ready? Can we have this conversation tonight? Movie night, y'all. Y'all know we have fun tonight. Y'all know we gonna have some fun tonight. Ain't no way we gonna get out of having some fun tonight. We gonna have some fun tonight. Directors matter. How important is a director as far as whether you'll go see a movie or whether you think the quality of the movie is top notch, mid tier, or that was trash. I wouldn't recommend it. Recommend going to go see that. And then you know what I want to know from y'all? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all what I want to know from y'all. Out the gate, what I want to know from y'all is, can you have a good movie that doesn't have a good director? Do you think so? Because a lot of times you may not even think about the director all that much. But do you think that you can have a good movie that doesn't have a good director? Or do you think that you can have a bad director? I mean, do you think that you can have a good director and not have a good movie? Is the director one of the major pieces that can save the day when it comes? Get the fuck out of here, Sabrina's gift. You are the fuck out of here. You go bye-bye. Fuck you, sir. Fuck you. Okay. You go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. Anyway, yeah, can you have a good movie that had a bad director or so-so director? Because a director has to really sell the movie. Now, I don't mean sell the movie as far as the promotion is concerned, but he has to sell the movie as far as the movie looking like it was supposed to be a movie. Like the director can be the difference between the movie looking like it could happen in real life, or even if it's a fantasy type of movie, it can captivate you so much that it can spark your imagination to the point where you're thinking like, wow, what if that really could be? And I wonder what elements of the movie really, really are part of real life. A good director can make you lose yourself in the movie. It can make you pretty much place yourself inside of the silver screen. The big screen, baby. Oh, Carla says, don't always know the director, so you would say that it doesn't matter. You know what? Do you think that there's a chance that it may matter without you knowing? Like, okay, how about you know how you go to a store franchise, Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Lowe's, Home Depot, and you know how one store, Walmart is one of those. Walmart is one of those stores where people decide whether they want to go to that Walmart. Sometimes based on the location, how many people are in there, how long they have to wait in line. But a lot of times, all of those things are factors that depend on who manages the store. So if you have a good manager in the store, that good manager may make you feel more welcome and comfortable in the store. They may make sure that the store is always well stocked. They may ensure or insist that you're treated with respect. If you have a customer service dispute, they may make sure that you are always treated with respect and taken into consideration, and probably have your issues resolved. So there are a lot of things that go on in the background that management has control of. And sometimes you'll see when a store is, or a franchise, a branch of a franchise, when they say under new management. When they tell you that the store is under new management, it could be for a variety of reasons. Like it could be that store may have been a popular store, but they may have received a lot of complaints from customers. And they're letting you know that because those complaints were not taken into consideration, they weren't solved, that nobody had done anything about them, they're letting you know that now it's under new management. So you may feel more comfortable coming to this store or giving it another chance, because now we have somebody that's more responsible in charge. It could be the same way with a director. You may not see the director the same way that you may not see the manager in that store. But the reason that the store was a good store, or maybe your favorite Walmart or something like that, was because of the management. It could be the same way that you may like a movie and not know the nuances of how the movie was shot, how certain scenes were put together. A director is normally in charge of casting. So a director has a lot of say-so in determining who is in the movie. So if a director works well with the actors, the likelihood that it's going to be a good product is higher. And that may explain why you never see some actors and some directors working together. Like, you know how some people have complained that they never got a chance to work with Spike Lee, or that, like Martin was saying to Spike Lee, he was like, "Yo, I was in Do the Right Thing. You only hired me one time. How come I can't get no more shine, Spike?" Like, he wanted to work with him again. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, yeah. When he worked with Spike Lee, he wasn't. He was just a supporting. He was just in a supporting role. You know, he wasn't the main character. He wasn't even the second main character. But he was in the movie, and he's thinking like, "Yo, since I blew up, how come I'm not getting a good look?" It could be money. It could be a whole lot of things. With somebody like Martin Lawrence, because Martin Lawrence does comedy movies, and somebody like Spike Lee doesn't typically do comedies. That may be a reason that he didn't employ Martin Lawrence. But that's not to say that Martin Lawrence can't do other things. Has Martin Lawrence ever been in a role in a movie that wasn't a comedic role? Has he ever been in just like a regular dramatic role? Let me know. So yeah. So I guess that warrants the question. Can a good director direct any movie, or are certain directors called upon to do certain genres of movies because of their expertise? Do they step outside of their comfort zone? Is there a comfort zone when it comes to directing? Like special effects and things like that. What's the movie with Cedric the Entertainer? You know what? I'm not sure, because I haven't, like, Cedric the Entertainer is definitely not one of my favorite comedians or actors. So I wouldn't know a lot of his movies. Like, I don't think the boy is funny. And I don't know if he's ever been in any serious roles either. I think I've seen him mostly in comedic roles, I believe. But there are some comedic actors and some comedians who normally do comedic acting who have done really good in just regular dramatic roles. But y'all, I'm not that much of a movie buff anymore. When I was younger, I watched movies a lot. I watched a lot of movies, but I wasn't always hip to who the director was or even the actors were, to be honest with you. I didn't even know the actors in the movie were important as far as name recognition, name brand. I didn't know, like, this actor is normally in good movies or they make the movie good. I was totally oblivious to that, which is wild. But it also shows how you cannot pay attention to some things and still be directly affected by them. So directors matter is what we're talking about tonight. Directors matter. Welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. I'm thinking to myself, like, I know that's not the movie you talking about, because that's the first movie that came to my mind, but that was a comedy. Welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. That was definitely a comedy. I didn't think the movie was that good, and I definitely don't know who directed it. But some speaking of some of these black movies, and it's fucked up that we have to have a such thing as black movies, but we do. We have black cinema, and some of these black movies, you can kind of tell that they probably have the same directors in the movie or the same producers or something, because they often, like, have similar storylines. Like, to me, and this may not be true, but there are a whole lot of similarities. It seems like all of these movies that are like biopics, especially when they involve black people, you see like a similar storyline. Like they very rarely cover any of they don't get too deep into who the person was. They follow their career, and maybe they feel like that's red meat. Like the viewers, all they really care about is what happened in that person's career. But I'm thinking, like, if I was directing a movie or writing a movie, wouldn't I want to know who this person is? I mean, especially in the days of social media where you can intimately get to know who certain yeah, I mean, you get to know who certain celebrities are. You get to know a lot about them besides what's going on in their career. And you can find out that some things are going on with them personally that can affect their career. Cedric and Martin, welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. You said I like the honeymooners with Cedric. Mike Epps had some serious scenes. Okay, honeymooners. Damn, I ain't see that. And I've been out of the loop. Honeymooners. Let me see. Honeymooners movie with Cedric the Entertainer and Mike Epps. Oh, damn. That came out all the way back in 2005. A modernized feature-length adaptation of the classic 1950s television sitcom. Yeah, there's no way I would go see a movie like this. And you know why? Now, it was directed by John Schultz. The comedy also features John Leguizamo and Eric Stoltz. Okay. The reason I wouldn't go see this movie is because I hate when they come out with the black version of movies or shows that were previously white. I'm not saying that it can't be good, but I'm like, why don't we just have our own shit? Original movie. Like, why would we need a black version of The Honeymooners? And once again, I haven't seen it, so what do I know? Why can't we do the movie version of some of our TV shows? Like, do you think that the world might be interested in like the Jeffersons movie? Huh? How about that? Think about it. An ambitious businessman from Harlem came from nothing with just his wife Louise, and they could address serious relationship or marriage issues that they couldn't address on the Jeffersons, but it would still have him, owning these cleaners or whatever, and you could get into the racism that might have come with him coming up as a businessman, moving into upper East Side Manhattan. Yeah, hey, how about something like that? And I always wonder, how come? Where's that kind of creativity? Like, these motherfuckers will come out with the black version of the TV show Friends. We don't need that shit. Just like we don't need no, Yeah. What if we did that? Come up with the black version of, well, no, not the black version, the movie version of some of our black TV shows on some original shit. I know if they came out with a Jeffersons movie, I would go see that shit. Like, wait a minute. The Jeffersons? Wait a minute. The Jeffersons movie? Friends is derived from Living Single. I thought it was the other way around. It's not? No, I think you are right. Friends was... But you see which one didn't have no problem staying on the air, and the one that they promoted all heavy and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you right. Uptown Shell, what's good? Uptown Shell was the black version. You right. You right. Y'all right. Y'all right. Chris Jensen says Carmelo Anthony is the new Jesus. Okay. All right. We won't be addressing that tonight. But thank you. Jim Borghini said television is woke now. HB woke. I don't know what HB is. And I question whether you understand what woke being woke means. Because it sure ain't what those MAGA conservatives say it is. Being woke is not a bad thing. Being asleep is. HBO. Television is woke now. HBO. I don't know. You say yes, but I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV. Hold on, Kim. Hold on. Kimberly, what's good?
Hey.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute.
Bless you.
Bless you too.
All right.
Let's see if we can get you on here the way it's supposed to be. Shit.
Bless you.
I think you sparked my allergies. I was chilling.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was chilling, I tell you. Chilling. Wait a minute. Okay. We good? We got you loud enough now. I believe that I figured out the way to answer all calls and get them back into playing through the speakers seamlessly. I discovered how last night, and I'm eager to find out if I've made a breakthrough that is that's final and that's foolproof. Okay, so tonight we are talking about directors in a movie.
I heard you.
Mm-hmm. So the show is called Directors Matter. So we're going to talk about how a director can affect a movie. So I've pretty much spoken my piece. What do you think? Like, what do you feel like the director of a movie is as important as the actors or the storyline in the movie, or do you think that they're just a piece of the puzzle that isn't all that important? Like, how do you feel about it?
So first I want to say, hey chat, hey family, others. And I want to comment on your Jefferson thing. Me and my friends for the longest have been saying they need to turn the old sitcoms into movies.
They really do.
I think the reason why Living Single didn't last the way it should have is because we had people like stupid ass Bill Cosby and jackass Maya Angelou talking bad about Living Single. And the sheep people just start listening to them and start agreeing like it was a bad show. So
do you think that they influence people's decision about whether to watch the show? Because I felt like the networks did more to doom those shows than anybody else, because the networks really don't be wanting black shows to work. They got to give them a shot, but I don't. If you look at the way that they promote black shows historically, you know what I mean? Unless they want some serious buffoon shit, most black sitcoms have done well despite how the networks or the studios have promoted them and whatever. They just happen to, they found out that America wanted those shows. They used to push those shows out of the Nielsen ratings. And you know that historically, Black people weren't even part of the Nielsen ratings. Like, I know some people who did participate in the Nielsen ratings, but I didn't know anybody when I was younger that even knew what the hell they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When they used to say the Nielsen ratings, I was like, is that some kind of like, what the fuck is a Nielsen rating? I just thought that was the name brand of the ratings or some shit like that, like TV Guide. You know what I mean? There were other TV guides, but there was only one TV Guide brand. You know what I mean? So, and I know that they've done certain things to manipulate ways for those shows to not do well, by moving them to different nights when they knew that viewership would be down, or making their viewers chase the show till they got tired, and then they would have a good reason not to give those actors raises, or jerk them out of money, and then fade out the shows, and then make all of their money in syndication. You know what I'm saying? So there have been other things besides the opinions of critics and things like that have fucked over Black TV shows. But not saying that what you were talking about couldn't have had an influence as well. But because I noticed they didn't do that shit with a lot of white shows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they when they were supposed to be on a certain night, that's the night that they were on. Black shows, they catch fire, and then as soon as they start asking for money, they start moving the show around. Oh, it ain't on Wednesday night no more. It's on Friday night. Oh, now it's on Saturday night. Who the fuck is home on a Saturday night watching TV? You know what I'm saying? They know. Yeah.
So about the director, I don't know a lot of directors.
Wait, say that again?
I don't know a lot of directors.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah,
because sure. I didn't think I knew a lot either. But when I started naming them, I was like, maybe I know more than what I think I know. And perhaps I know some other, like, how some actors have become directors as well. And so you may know that actor as an actor, but didn't know that they directed certain movies, or maybe you think they only directed one movie or two movies. Come to find out that they're getting their career on as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, but I still didn't know a lot of them, like Penny Marshall.
Yeah, like Penny Marshall.
And just like what's his name who played it as Opie?
Oh yeah, he was an excellent director.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ron Howard, excellent director. Excellent director. Yeah. So shit like that.
I know a lot of directors.
Well, we're gonna see. Because what I kind of want to see tonight is how a director really affects a movie. We may find in some instances that we are directly attracted to some directors, like a Steven Spielberg movie. When you hear that Steven Spielberg directed a movie, you're probably going to be like, yo, that's probably a good movie. You know what I mean? Exactly. But he ain't the only one. Now I don't know about you, but I think I know that anytime I think about Steven Spielberg, I'm thinking about a sci-fi movie, right? A sci-fi fantasy type of movie. He's directed other movies that weren't in that genre. So
I know.
And some of those movies have been really good movies. So that makes me wonder, can a director direct any type of movie? Now, we might have to, you would think I would know more about this because I've explored acting and I've been in a couple of plays, and I've even been in an extra in at least one movie. You know what I'm saying? So I know a little bit about video production and stuff like that. So I know what a director does, but this is not a topic that I think about all the time. But I know that some directors have that name recognition, which makes people, go see that movie. That's why they tell you who directed the movie. The question I have is, do you trust that director over the writers and the actors? And I think, like in the case of somebody like a Steven Spielberg and maybe a
Scorsese.
It's definitely a Scorsese. Lucas, the one who directed Star Wars. For some reason, I keep wanting to say Frank Lucas. I'm like, no, not the Harlem drug dealer.
I know, that's where I went to. And I'm like, my brain is like, now that's not the right name.
It ain't John Lucas either. But
you can't help but to go there first. Oh God, what is his daggone name? Is it John Lucas?
No, it's not John Lucas. John
it's
Lucas
George Lucas.
George Lucas, right?
No, it sounds in there. It's George Lucas.
George Lucas.
But I keep wanting to say the bad Lucas.
Right? You know what I mean? Frank Lucas. Oh yeah, he had the cocaine in the back. I mean, the heroin in the with the bodies of the soldiers coming. But anyway, so yeah. So when you they put they advertise those directors because they know that people trust those directors. Like they're not gonna direct no shitty movie. Now, does it always work that way? So because all right, take a director like a Brian De Palma. Now, Brian De Palma has directed some really good movies over the years. Now, one of the movies that he's very well known for directing was Scarface. So after Scarface, which didn't do well in the movies, but did hella good on VHS, gave Brian De Palma a lot of clout. So when he came out with a movie like Carlito's Way, a lot of people went to go see Carlito's Way. And that wasn't a flop. Because of the clout that he built up with Scarface, people were like, okay. And he's working with Al Pacino again. So we thinking like, okay, this is going to be great. Well, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Not to me, it wasn't. I think it was an okay movie, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. But one thing I noticed about the movie was that I could feel or recognize Brian De Palma's directing style. And a lot of directors have a directing style. Like some of the tricks that Spike Lee uses. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of those directing styles, whether you're talking about the cinematography, the way that they shoot the movies might be very attractive to you. So those little tricks that they use, those little techniques that they employ may bring certain people in. But can they do it with any other movie? Like if you remember when it came to the movie Malcolm X, Spike Lee really had to campaign to do that movie. They didn't necessarily want to have him do it, which is why he had to, get independent funding for the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had to get some independent funding because they didn't want to give him the money to do the movie. Now, they had no reason for not trusting Spike because he had made nothing but hits up until that point. Low budget, with She's Gotta Have It. Now, before Malcolm X came out, he already had Do the Right Thing. He already had School Days. He already had Mo Better Blues. So all of those movies were hit movies. what would be the reason that they didn't increase his budget to do Malcolm X? As a matter of fact, I believe Denzel, gave him a little break on the money.
It's because it was Malcolm X. That's what it was.
It was. They didn't want him to do it because that would have, having him do it, they knew that it was going to be a black movie now, a real one. And he wasn't going to skimp. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to be no white heroes in the movie. And because they try to do that shit. So yeah, and in 1992, when it came out, it was considered a controversial movie.
It was.
Yeah.
And he left the thing out beautifully.
Right. So, but could a Spike Lee do Avatar? I'm not sure if he, you know what I mean? I don't know if being a director means you can direct any movie. You may be able to tell the actors where to go and be able to shoot the scenes, but can you deal with the special effects and all of that? Can you make that movie come to life? Can you make that movie really palatable for people to want to go see in different genres? Or do certain directors stay in their lane? Like John Carpenter, you going to stay in the horror lane. But he's done other movies that weren't horror movies. And where they didn't advertise him as the director. So let me see.
Like I couldn't imagine Quentin Tarantino creating a romance movie. I couldn't see him doing a romantic movie.
Now, I'm not so sure he couldn't do that.
I don't know if he could.
Yeah.
And like a full romance movie like Sophie's Love or Sophie's Choice. I couldn't see him doing a full romance like that and just sticking to it like that.
Okay.
He'd have to have his Tarantino to it.
Oh, damn ant. Bitch. All right, hold on. Let me look up Quentin Tarantino directed movies, and we may find something interesting. You know what I mean? Okay. Quentin Tarantino directed movies. Okay, what we got? Okay, interesting. Huh. All right, let's see. Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, Django, Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, The Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Death Proof, Jackie Brown, Four Rooms, Kill Bill, and all of the volumes, Planet Terror, My Best Friend's Birthday, Tarantino Double X. I don't know. I don't even know that movie. A Revolta Anao. Maybe that's I don't know what that is. Lovebirds in Bondage. Let me see. CSI Tarantino. I don't know what that is. And okay. So Quentin Tarantino has directed 10 distinct feature films, counting the 2 Kill Bill volumes, either as 2 separate releases or a single film. Now, I don't know this movie, Lovebirds in Bondage. Do you know that movie?
I don't know that one, but I know what I was talking about, and you still can tell that I don't think he was a director on that movie. I think he wrote that movie, True Romance, but it's still, that movie wasn't a romance like I'm talking about. Like
Okay.
I said, a romance like Sophie's Love.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that it was a romantic movie or a love movie or whatever, but he did write and direct the movie. And it says the plot is a black comedy about a man who gets himself admitted into an institution to be with his girlfriend who has brain damage from a car accident. So, that may not be a love story per se, but it may have some love themes, which means that he might be able to go a little deeper into that genre, but that may not be his area of expertise, or that may not be what he wants or likes to do. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he can't do it. Um, and that's pretty much the question that I'm asking. Can is does do certain direct, like, we know, well, I'm sure, I'm thinking that we probably think we know him for a bunch of mob movies, right? Well, at least two, right? Um, does that mean he couldn't do a thriller? Let's look up Martin Scorsese movies. Martin Scorsese directed movies.
I thought he did a thriller or something like a thriller before.
Well,
The drama or something like that.
wait a minute. Come on, man. All right. He's directed a lot of movies. So let's see.
Did he direct Cape Fear?
Well, I'm gonna read off all the ones he did. All right. Wolf on Wall Street, Shutter Island, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Departed, Killers on Flower Moon. Wait a minute. Killers of the Flower Moon, sorry. The Irishman, Casino, Raging Bull, After Hours, King Comedy, Gangs of New York, Silence, Hugo, Cape Fear, like you were asking about, Aviator, Bringing Out the Dead, Mean Streets, The Age of Innocence, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, The Last Temptation of the Christ. I did not know he directed that movie. I didn't know that. All right. The Color of Money, The Last Waltz, The Big Shave, New York, New York, New York Stories, Kundun, George Harrison. I guess that's a biopic about the Beatles drummer. Rolling Thunder Review, a Bob Dylan story. No Direction Home, a Bob Dylan story. Who's That Knocking at My Door? Pretend It's a City. Italian American. Yeah. Did you know this motherfucker directed Michael Jackson's video Bad?
I did not.
I did not.
I did not.
Oh my God. Well, one thing is for sure. You can have a good director and still have a shitty actors that will fuck. Yo, Michael Jackson, his acting is just so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, I guess he couldn't be saved. All right, Boxcar, Bertha. What's a Nice Girl Like You Doing in a Place Like This? A Personal Journey. Let's see, A Personal Journey with Martin Scorsese through American movies. Okay. The Audition. It's not just you, Murray. What Happens at Night? Whew. Damn. Public Speaking, American Boy, Shine a Light, My Voyage to Italy, Street Scenes, 1970, Personality Crisis, The Blues, Quarantine short film, A Letter to Elia, Elia, The 50-Year Argument, Made in Milan, The Neighborhood. I'm almost done. Feeling Like Going Home, Shipwrecks of Sicily, Aldi's The Final Dream of Pope Francis.
I thought this was
Um,
a documentary.
Probably Vesuvius 5. No, 6. I'm sorry. Life is a Carnival, New York City Melting Point. So he has directed a lot of movies, and from this list, it looks like he has a lot of versatility. So where we might think like, oh, it's Scorsese, the mob movies. No, he directs a lot of different movies. So maybe, just because a director is known or has scored some hits in one area, that might not disqualify him from being able to to direct other movies that may not be in the genre that you're familiar with. Like being a director is a job, just like being an actor is a job. So we probably wouldn't limit our favorite actors, to only being able to do one thing, because it's going to be hard for them to win Academy nominations and awards if they're only one dimensional, right? Like, what actor should be only one dimensional? Well, I'm thinking that maybe directors can't be one dimensional either.
They shouldn't be.
Right. But there may be actors that just like they say, you could be a jack of all trades, master of none. Maybe you could be a jack of many trades and the master of one or a few. Possibly. But I'm asking a question. I can't say for sure. You know what I mean? I can't say for sure. But when you're on a movie set and you see the way that they do it, it changes the way you look at movies for the rest of your life. Like, I can't watch a movie without picking it apart. And I think it's amazing that when you make a movie, they don't make the scenes in order. They put it all together later on. But they don't shoot the scenes in order. Like, all right, first we're going to shoot the beginning of the movie and then the middle, and then it doesn't go that way. They shoot the most difficult scenes when they have the time, when time, setting, and personnel warrants. But the process that goes into editing, the editors are definitely superstars, because they got to put that shit together. It's rough, but they do. When you're on a movie set, you see how many takes they have to do, because they have to choose between all of those shots, all of those takes, which one is the best, which one is going to captivate the audience the most and make this movie unforgettable. What up, Buana? What's good? So, love looks different for different people, or what we think romance is. Okay, I agree. Miss Grim Ripper, what's good? What's good? So, all right. Kim, do you have any favorite directors?
Like I said, I don't know many directors to call them out for sure. And you've already named the ones I could think of. Like, of course, Spike Lee is one of my favorites, of course. I would like to say Quentin Tarantino. He's one of my favorites for sure. I don't know. Like, I don't know who the director is of some of my favorite movies, so I can't say. Like, who is the director over the Harry Potter movie? Or,
hold on, let me look it up. No better time than the present. Let's do it.
I think that person did a fabulous job.
Who directed Harry Potter? Okay. All right. Now, I think they have different. All right, 4 different directors helmed 8 films in the original Harry Potter series. Chris Columbus, Alfonso Cuarón, Cuarón, Mike Newell, and David Yates. None of those directors have I ever heard of.
Me neither, but I think they've done a great job with that series.
Yeah. Now, depending on, and now I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I think I saw one of them. But if you are, can you and you've seen all of the Harry Potter movies? Have you noticed the differences between one versus the others?
Yeah, because and of course some of it could be because of the age of the children, the actors, because
Yeah.
they start off as little kids and we watch them through puberty go into adulthood almost. So that could have something to do with it, because definitely the direction in the beginning had to be totally different than, and one had to be totally different than Harry Potter 3, because you're dealing with kids in the very beginning, they're very young. And you could almost see a difference because, like, of course, with the kids, the shots were different. The shots were more, I don't know if airy and light would be the right thing to say, but more brighter. I think that's it. The shots were brighter in some of the earlier movies. And then they start getting a little darker later down the line. And again, it could be because the children are growing up, they're getting older. And the series have taken a turn, they become a little darker.
Okay.
So maybe that has to do with it. I don't know. I can't say if it's the director, but it definitely, you can see the difference. Like I said, they were lighter when they were younger, and then they start becoming a little darker. Not so much as the lighting itself, but it just became the direction became a little darker, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Yeah, well, different directors are going to have different directing styles. And I'm thinking that if they chose different directors for different series or different parts of the series of different movies of that series, they probably chose those directors based on what they wanted those movies to look like. Now, I don't know what the audition of a direction, like I don't know if a director has the audition like sometimes actors do. For big movies, they normally know what actors that they want. They don't have to audition. But like there are some actors that have to audition for certain parts. And some of them take it personally. But I wonder if directors have to do the same thing. Like,
that's a good question. You think like the writer, but like, I want this person to direct my stuff. I wonder if that's it.
Well, I'll take it back to the whole Spike Lee situation. He had to really pitch and campaign to be the one who did that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know who he had to pitch to or campaign with, or, like, was it the studios, with the producer, the executive producer, or whatever? Because, like I said, he had to get private funding. He had to get other money in order to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think for somebody like a Scorsese, it just seems like a writer would be like, I let me pitch my stuff to Scorsese and see if he wants to direct this for me, direct my film, versus you come and try out, Martin.
Now, I could see that being the case, especially
Spielberg. I can't imagine he would have to. It just seemed like after gay people were like, I want Spielberg to direct my movie.
Well, then I guess the question warrants do the studios have to audition or pitch to the director like, yo, I mean,
Yeah.
I imagine if you're a top notch actor, you know what I mean, like, and you can command a certain price for a movie. Like, all right, so let's say you are Steven Spielberg or George Lucas or Martin Scorsese or any of those name brand directors that we may know. Like, can you just, offer them a bunch of money and they decide to do the movie? Or does it have to be like, yo, well, let me see this movie first? Because I ain't directed.
They do that first. It seems like they would need to see it first before they even hitch their wagon to it. Like, let me see if it's going to be worth my time.
Well, yeah.
And I feel like in there somewhere, they're like, let's do a little rewrite here to make this better, to make this flow better for this scene. That's what I feel like happens. Now, I don't know for sure, but I feel like that happens. Like,
well, the director, the director shoots the movie the way he wants to, the way he or she wants to. So they have carte blanche. They have total control over how the movie goes. They do have that. And a lot of times, if things aren't working out with certain actors, they can fire them. And of course, that pushes things back. And it can cause, bad blood or whatever. But hey, it's happened plenty of times. I mean, remember, Tupac was originally supposed to be in Menace to Society. Got into a fight with the directors, with the Hughes brothers. And then he wasn't in Menace to Society. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that happens.
I'm glad he wasn't.
Okay, so Uptown Shell, I asked people to put their favorite directors in the chat. So what I want to do is look up the movies that these directors have been a part of, and let's see what we can find out here. All right, let's go. So we're going to go with Uptown Shell said David Fincher and Christopher Nolan. So we're going to look them up. And then Greg Lansky. Okay. And the late, great John Singleton. Oh, Savoy, Build and Destroy. He's my favorite He's my favorite director. He's one of my favorite directors too. Okay. All right. So we're going to go with, let's see. First, we're going to go with David Fincher. List of movies directed by David Fincher. Ooh. You got some goodies. All right. David Fincher. Fight Club, Seven, The Killer.
Great movie.
The Killer, Gone Girl, Social Network, The Game, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Adventures of Cliff Booth, Zodiac, Mank, Alien 3, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Panic Room, World War Z 2, Part 2, Beer Run, George Michael Freedom, 1990, Strangers, 9 Inch Nails, the movie only, Smoking Fetus, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Captain Nemo.
Good movie. I didn't see the director of all of them, and you named something like Panic Room is one of my favorite movies.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me finish. Let me finish first. Madonna, he directed the video Vogue. All right, Cleopatra, The Perfect Circle, Judith, Aerosmith, Janie's Got a Gun, Roy Orbison, She's a Mystery to Me, Steve Winwood, Holding On. Oh, these are videos. All right, Madonna, Oh Father, Stabilizers, One Simple Thing, Rick Springfield, Bop Till You Drop, Christopher Cross, The Charm Snake, Steve Winwood, Roll With It, Paul Abdul is Just the Way That You Love Me, Rick Springfield, The Beat of the... Oh, this was I think this was a live concert video. Nina Cherry, Heart. God damn, it's a lot of videos. I can't do all of these. All right, no, yes, I can. All right. Well, let's just say this. He has done a lot of music videos, especially in the 80s. So a lot of the videos that we've seen from a lot of notable 80s names, he did that. But Alien 3, okay. All right. So I've never heard of this director. But evidently, you know, like if you look at certain movies he's done, Fight Club, Seven, The Game, Panic Room, Zodiac, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, you would probably see a certain directing style. Now, the question is, does that directing style subliminally attract us to the movie? Maybe not before the fact, maybe after the fact. But you never know how energy works. It may attract us before the fact. Like maybe something in the previews made us like the movie. You know what I mean? You never know. All right. Okay. So, all right. So I learned something about David Fincher. Let's go to Christopher Nolan. List of movies directed by Christopher Nolan. All right. The Odyssey, Interstellar, Inception, The Dark Knight, Tenet, Oppenheimer, Memento, Dunkirk, The Prestige, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman, Insomnia, Following, Doodlebug, Quay, Tarantella, Larceny, Tenet reissue, 70 millimeter, Christopher Nolan box set, Inception, The Kobold Job, and Begins. All right. I didn't know this director either. But evidently he's good at some sci-fi things. I think from the looks of things, that seems to be, you know, an area of expertise for him. Okay. Do you know any of these movies, or have you seen any of these movies? Kim? The Inception. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay, The Odyssey that came out this year.
No, I haven't seen that.
Any of these Batman movies? Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises.
I've done all the Batman.
Okay, all right, cool.
But
okay.
Other versions of the it feels like I've seen them, but just didn't know the name of them.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to Greg Lansky.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to Greg Lansky for Zach Simpkins. All right. List of movies directed by Greg Lansky. Huh. Interesting. All right. Kendra's Obsession, Fresh Out of High School, Black and White, Interracial Icon 9, Black and White 15, My First Interracial 11, Being Riley, Black and White Volume 11, Fresh Out of High School 2. Let me see. Young and Beautiful Volume 6, Anal Beauty. What the fuck? Okay. Natural Beauty. What kind of person? Right? I'm like, hold the fuck. Wait a minute. Is this a poor director? I think this is a poor director. Wait a minute.
Nobody in the chat who is not family. Fuck these people giving you this bullshit.
Hey, I mean, hey, wait a minute now. If this is, listen, if he likes porn, he's into porn, and these are the movies he directed. All right. Evidently, these are actual porn movies instead of, you know, The kind where the chick just dances in the beginning and then dude come through with a hard dick and start fucking her. These may actually be movies. But porn matters. I ain't mad at it. But we're gonna move on to the next guy. We gonna move on to the next guy. You know what I mean? For Kim start blushing. All right.
You ain't gonna make Kim blush. Kim's grown.
I'm just, I mean, tell me you can't blush because you grown. You know what I mean? I can blush. And I'm grown too. Okay. List of movies directed by John Singleton. All righty. Okay. Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Rosewood, Shaft 2000, Baby Boy, Too Fast and Too Furious. I did not know that he directed one of the Fast and Furious movies. All right. Four Brothers and Abduction. Now, the thing is, I know for a fact. Okay, I was just about to say this, and it does mention this because he did television work such as the FX series Snowfall. He did something else. Okay, beyond feature films, he also directed television episodes of the 2010 documentary short Marion Jones, Press Pause for ESPN's 30 for 30 series. And he did Snowfall. I believe he did some other TV work. Okay. But that's the late, great John Singleton. All right, let's see. Let's go to the next one. From that list, did you hear any movies that you didn't know he directed?
No.
Okay. All right.
And I know he was doing Snowfall before he passed.
Yeah.
Because you can tell the difference in the series.
Okay. Are you saying that he did better or?
Better. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. We're going to go. My brother Time. What's up, my brother Time?
What's up, Time?
And Bronco said new movies suck, generally speaking. You might be right. I can't speak on it. All right. So Time. We're going to look up Jerry Zucker for Time. All right. Let's see. List of movies directed by Jerry Zucker. Huh. Okay. All right. Let's see. Airplane. You know that's funny as shit. Top Secret. You know that's funny as shit. Ruthless People. You know that's funny as shit. Ghost. All right. Ghost. First Night. And that's Night, Knight.
First Night, that's with Martin Lawrence, wasn't it?
Was it? It says romantic. Sean Connery, Richard Gere, and Julia Ormond.
Okay.
All right, and Rat Race, 2001. Those are all the movies I see. Would you like to know more about his work as a screenwriter or producer? Sure. Would you like to know more about his work as a screenwriter or producer on other major comedy films such as My Best Friend's Wedding? Yeah. Well, show me. God damn. All right. Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, profile, Jerry Zucker. Huh. He was born in 1950, so he's in his 70s. He should be 76 now. All right. Okay. All right. Well, so let me see. Okay. Then Carla wants to see about Wes Craven.
I didn't even realize he was the director. I forgot all about Wes Craven.
Okay. List of movies directed by Wes Craven.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right. Scream, Scream 3 and 4.
Yeah.
All right. Nightmare on Elm Street, New Nightmare, The Hills Have Eyes, Red Eye, The Last House on the Left, Scream 2.
Oh.
Okay, we just gonna say the Scream series. The people, the people under the stairs.
Oh, that was a good movie too.
Vampire in Brooklyn, though.
Man.
Fucking vampire. Okay, all right. The Serpent and the Rainbow, My Soul to Take, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, Deadly Friend, Shocker, Swamp Thing, Cursed, Music of the Heart, The Fireworks Woman, Invitation to Hell, Deadly Blessing, Chiller, Wes Craven's Chiller, Night Visions.
I remember that.
Okay.
That was good.
Paris, I Love You, Stranger in Our House, Case Busters, A Little Peace and Quiet. Okay. All right. He's done some foreign movies, some foreign films. Like there are a couple of movies on here that I can't pronounce because they've written in Russian. All right. Wordplay, Chameleon, Fight for Survival. Pozvanka Raskash Bagash. Benediction Fatale. An Hora do Pesadeo Novo. I don't. So Wes Craven is a little bit more. Evidently, his main concentration is in horror films, but he's a little bit more diverse, especially with these foreign films, than I knew about. Interesting. Oh, he I didn't know that he died. He was old. Well, but he died in 2015, so he ain't get that old. 1930, born in 1939, died in 2015. All right, so let's do this. Let me see.
Time get somebody.
Oh, Alfred Hitchcock?
Yep.
Okay, let's do Alfred Hitchcock.
I'm a fan of Alfred Hitchcock. I still watch that now on the weekend.
All right. List of movies directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Psycho, The Birds, Vertigo, Rear Window, North by Northwest, Rebecca, To Catch a Thief, Strangers on a Train, Rope, The 39 Steps, Dial M for Murder, Notorious. That was in 1946. Marnie, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Shadow of a Doubt, Saboteur, Spellbound, Murder, the Lodger, A Story of the London Fog, Suspicion, Foreign Correspondent. Wait a minute, man. I'm not naming all these goddamn movies. He a lot of movies going all the way back to the Stone Ages. He had a movie in 1925. God damn. 1925. My granny. That's when my granny was 4 years old. All right. Alfred Hitchcock. Okay. Let me see. I want to see some movies that were. Okay, wait a minute. All right, so he says Barry Livingston. Okay, we're going to do Barry Livingston. List of movies directed by Barry Livingston.
I don't even know the name, but I'm sure I know the movie.
Oh, no. Barry Livingston is a prolific actor widely recognized for playing Ernie Douglas on My Three Sons, but he has never directed any movies. But I do want to talk about some actors who decided to get behind the camera and direct some movies. So I want to start off. I want to do Denzel, and then I want to do Mario Van Peebles.
Say that again. You want to do what?
Denzel Washington. I want to see
No,
what
what did you say for that?
I want to look at some actors who became directors and see what movies that they have done and whether we like those movies or see if we have any surprises.
Okay.
Okay. Can you think of any? Can you think of any? Well, we named a couple.
Ron Howard. Let's go with Ron Howard.
Well, how come I can't go? I didn't get a chance. I did all y'all's.
Ron Howard. Let's go with Ron Howard.
No, I want to do mine first.
Okay, Ron Howard.
All right, I'm gonna do. Okay, you said. You, you said Denzel Washington. Fine. All right.
I said Ron Howard. I'm sure. I said
Movies
Ron
directed
Howard.
by Denzel Washington. God damn it! Wait a minute. Movies directed by Denzel Washington. Okay.
I tell the time we have a good time at the movies then.
Okay, Fences, Antoine Fisher, as you know, The Great Debaters, and A Journal for Jordan. Okay.
I've never seen that, A Journal for Jordan. I've seen everything else.
It came out.
All good movies.
It came out in 2021. So he's directed 4 movies so far.
A Journal for Jordan.
A Journal for Jordan. All right, and then I want to do Mario Van Peebles.
Oh.
Movies directed by Mario Van Peebles. I'd rather see the movies he directed than the ones that he acted in. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I did see A Journal for Jordan before.
Okay.
I never see the name of it.
All right, Mario Van Peebles, New Jack City, Posse, Outlaw Posse, All Things Fall Apart, USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, Panther, Badass, Gang in Blue. Gang in Blue, We the Party, Hard Luck, Red Sky, Armed, Love Kills, Redemption Road, Salt and Pepper, 2021. Let me see, Black Panthers, The Price for Freedom, The First Amendment, Bring Your A Game, If, let's see, Heroes of the Lost Ones, Homans. He's done some overseas work too. All right, so like I said, I would rather see the movies that he directed than the ones that he played in. You know what I mean? Because I don't really like him as an actor, but evidently he's made some. Even if you didn't like, none of these movies that he's directed are any of my favorite movies. Even New Jack City, but I can't say that they were directed poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely has some hits here. But I would say, and I don't want to sound like a hater, but it is what it is. I would say that the same way I can see the corniness in his acting, I see the corniness in his directing. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like the same problems I had with New Jack City as far as like the storylines and shit like that. The same problem I had with him as an actor. Like, to me, he lacks depth. So if you saw the movie Posse, I'm like, that was almost a really good movie, but he lacks depth. All right, we got a dickhead. We got a dickhead. Okay, let's get rid of dickhead. Let's get rid of said dickhead. Said dickhead. All right. Okay. Which one did you want to do? You said Ron Howard?
Ron Howard.
That's going to be a lot of movies, I think. Let me see. Movies directed by Ron Howard. Okay, let's go. A Beautiful Mind. God damn, that boy's bad. All right.
Yep.
Eden, How the Grinch Stole Christmas,
Yep.
Rush, Apollo
Yep.
13, The Da Vinci
Yep.
Code,
Yep.
Hillbilly Elegy, Cocoon, Solo, Solo, A Star Wars Story, Inferno, Frost Nixon, Splash, Cinderella
Yep.
Man, 13 Lives, Willow, Parenthood, Angels and Demons, In the Heart of the Sea, Backdraft, The Beatles, 8 days a week, the touring years. Okay. Alone at Dawn. Oh, no, no, no. I'll go back. Okay. Wait a minute. Gung Ho, Grand Theft Auto, The Paper, Avedon, Far and Away, The Missing. Grand Theft Auto was made in 1977, so he's been doing this for a minute. Like he was still on Happy Days at that time. All right.
Young.
Ransom, Night Shift, which is my favorite movie by him.
Hey, I didn't see a ransom or night shift.
Pavarotti, EDTV, The Dilemma, Jim Henson, Idea Man, Rebuilding Paradise, The Shrinking of Treehorn, We Feed People, Presidential Reunion, Through the Magic Pyramid, Jay-Z, Made in America, Cotton Candy, Skyward. Skyward, Jim Henson, Idea Man, Old Paint, Deed of Daring Do, Little Shots, Das Yehemis de Pyramide, Heidi, Montag Says No to Plastic, Cars, Cads, Guns, Gore, and Death, Tut and Tuttle, Pinocchio, and My Stroke of Insight.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ron Howard.
Little Opie. He said,
Opie Cunningham.
I want to get in on it.
Hey.
He said, Paul, I don't want to start a fight. I want to get in on it.
I wonder, you know how like in music, the money is in the publishing. The money is in the songwriting. I wonder if in movies the money is in the directing or the writing or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know how cinematic royalties go. All right, so what we got? We got
Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, the meathead. All right. I know he directed some good movies. Okay. Movies directed by Rob Reiner. The late, great Rob Reiner, I might add. All right. The Princess Bride, Stand By Me.
My favorite movie.
The Princess Bride?
That was a funny movie, yes.
Okay. Stand By Me. This is Spinal Tap. Okay, this is Spinal Tap. When Harry Met Sally.
Great.
Misery.
Great. Wonderful.
Goes without saying. A Few Good Men. Definitely.
Amazing movie.
Flipped. Being Charlie. Spinal Tap. The End Continues. And So It Goes. The Story of Us. The Bucket List. The American President. That was a good movie. that was a good movie. Rumor Has It. Ghost of Mississippi.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know Rob Reiner directed that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's an amazing movie. I mean, it's going to beat up some people, but it's still good.
That's no wonder Trump ain't liking. All right, The Sure Thing. The Magic of Belle Isle. LBJ. North. Shock and Awe. Alex and Emma. I Am Your Child. 8. Albert Brooks, Defending My Life. Stand By Me, deleted and alternate scenes. Spinal Tap at Stonehenge, the final finale. Likely Stories, Volume 1. He's done some overseas work and N.E. Var, Sonny Boy, To Be a Father, Once More, Des Holmes, Denor, De Honor, I think, Everyday Life, and You Belong to Me. So Rob Reiner has directed over 20 feature films spanning a wide variety of genres, from iconic 1980s and 90s classics to modern biographical dramas. He celebrated directing filmography. The late great Rob Reiner. All right. Oh, let's do a. Oh yeah. All right, we got to do Clint Eastwood, and then I want to do Penny Marshall.
Okay.
Movies directed by Clint Eastwood. Okay. I don't like this guy. All right. Gran Torino, Unforgiven, The Mule, $1 Million Baby, The Bridges of Madison County, Juror Number 2, Heartbreak Ridge, Pale Rider, High Plains Drifter, Cry Macho, American Sniper, The Outlaw Josie Wells. Outlaw Josie Wales, Mystic River, Play Misty for Me, Space Cowboys, The Iger Sanction, Absolute Power, Richard Jewell, A Perfect World, True Crime, Hereafter, Sully, Sudden Impact, The Rookie, Bloodwork, Letters from Iwo Jima, J. Edgar, Changeling, The Gauntlet, Invictus, Firefox, Jersey Boys, Flags of Our Fathers, Bronco Billy, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, Honky Tonk Man, I remember that movie, Bird, White Hunter, Blackheart, The 1517 to Paris, Breezy, Piano Blues, The Beguiled, The Storyteller. He's done some foreign movies, The Unforgiven. One consistent theme. There are two consistent themes I see with Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
The first being that he played in he starred in a lot of the movies that he directed, or at least played a role in a lot of movies. And the other ones is no niggas.
Imagine that.
Ain't no black leading actors in none of his movies, or any other race from what I can see. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that.
We should look up Snoop Eastwood. All right. All right. Are we gonna do Penny Marshall? All right.
Yeah.
Movies directed by Penny Marshall. Wow, she didn't do a lot of movies. Okay, she just had a big impact on the one she did do. Okay, A League of Their Own, Big, Awakenings, Riding in Cars with Boys, The Preacher's Wife, Renaissance Man, Jumping Jack Flash, Rodman, Caro, Se Grande, and Women Without Men. I thought she did a lot more movies than that. I really did. Okay. All right. Well, she did what she did. Penny Marshall. Let me see. October 15th, 1943 to December 17th, 2018. She wasn't even 80. She must have been on drugs. It's like, no. Let me see. If we got any more. No more? No more? No more? No more? What is Laverne and Shirley based in the city of Milwaukee? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Shots Brewery. That's where they work. Shots Brewery.
Mhm.
Oh, Stephen King? Okay. I was always confused about whether Stephen King was the writer of the movies or actually directed. All I know is that a lot of those movies were supposed to be scary and a lot of them sucked. All right, let me see. Movies directed by Stephen King. He only directed one movie, Maximum Overdrive, and that shit was ass. 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 So he was just a writer. So a lot of his movies, a lot of the movies were based on his books. But let's go to my man, John Carpenter. Movies directed by John Carpenter. I know he had a lot of movies. Okay. Okay. All right. The Thing, Big Trouble, Halloween, Escape from New York, They Live, Vampires, The Fog, In the Mouth of Madness, Ghost of Mars, Prince of Darkness, Assault on Precinct 13, my favorite, Christine. Yes, Christine, baby. All right. Escape from LA, The Ward, Starman, Dark Star, Village of the Damned, Elvis, 1979, John Carpenter. I don't know. Okay, Body Bags, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Someone's Watching Me, Gorgo versus Godzilla, and that was in 1969. LA Gothic, Captain Voyeur, John Carpenter Collection, Halloween 35th Anniversary, Revenge of the Colossal Beasts, Riot, Fangland, Gorgon the Space Monster, Halloween Extended Edition, Psychopath, Warrior and the Demon, John Carpenter Distant Dreams, Terror from Space, and that was in 1963. Scared Straight, Masters of Horror, Season 1, Assault, Sorcerer from Outer Space. Okay. John Carpenter is an acclaimed American filmmaker, composer, and writer, known as the pioneer of the horror and science fiction genres. His legendary filmography spans over 4 decades. All right, so I guess we have to credit him with bringing out those slasher films, because that's what Halloween was, and it definitely got the party started on them slasher films, right? All right, so from what I can see, well, I think what's obvious to me is that a director is definitely important to how a movie plays out, and in some cases, recognition of a movie, the decision about whether to, go see that movie or whatever. So I would say the attraction that the movie may have, but I don't know. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, Kim, how well do you think that that a director, based on what we found out tonight, or what we talked about tonight, how well do you think that a director of a movie, in your opinion, contributes to people's decision to to go see the movie or not? What would you say?
15. 15 instead of 1 to 10 or 15. But it's that, look at some of these amazing movies. I didn't even know who the director was, but I know those movies are great.
Do you think most people are conscious of the director of the movie, and that may be the reason that they go see it in the first place?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so
we're so inundated with commercials. We see most of what the movie's gonna be about. And I think that's what people are like, oh, I want to see that movie.
Okay, I'm going to say because even since I was a little kid, going to go see movies by John Carpenter like The Thing and Halloween, I was conscious of certain directors. So, then you have your Steven Spielbergs, your George Lucases, and then, I started becoming familiar with the Wes Cravens and the Martin Scorseses and Francis Ford Coppola's. So I'm going to say I think that it impacts people's decision to at least give a movie consideration to go see. I'm going to say like a good at least a 7. At least a 7. And that may be based on people I know who talked about directors of a movie for what they knew. Like they knew it was that movie was directed by that director. You know what I mean? So I think that for a lot of people that I knew personally, it affected their decision to go see a movie, check a movie out. Like, well, I'm sure that the previews and probably the actors in the movies probably had a big impact on their decision to go see the movie as well. But I know that for a lot of people that I know who directed the movie mattered. It mattered. Now let me ask you this, and then I want to do the poll question. Not that we're about to go yet. We still got some more time, but I want to ask you about the leading actor and the director, and it's opinion based. And then in the chat, y'all can answer these questions too, and I would appreciate it if y'all did. And what up, Shirley Shore, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. The relationship or the connection between the director and the actor on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that?
Oh, I believe it's definitely like an 8.5. I believe they have to have some kind of rapport for them to get things done and get them done in a professional and a way where it is going to show in the final result of the film. So it definitely has to look at it. I can't imagine. I'm sure professionals cannot get along and make it work, but it's so much better when everybody is in tandem together.
Hold on. This nigga in the chat said I got on the same shirt yesterday.
It is. He's had it on 5 days in a row. Donna hit that button like and Donna what is it? Give a little money. Then you get a new shirt.
This nigga said I had on the same shirt as yesterday. Oh my fucking God. This dick to time his ass off. Time his ass out yesterday. He said I got on the same shirt as yesterday. Motherfucker, you probably ain't even used the same soap as yesterday. The fuck is you talking about? I can't. I'm gonna let him live tonight though, cause that shit is funny to me. Yo, have you ever spent the night over somebody's house or had to go to the store in the morning? So you put on the same clothes as you had on yesterday, and you saw somebody who saw you the day before.
Oh yeah.
And it really did look like you was wearing it, because you was wearing the same shit, but they ain't understand. You hadn't gotten changed yet. You just it's like, oh my God, this motherfucker think I'm running my gear. Oh, that shit is crazy. Oh my God. That shit is funny as hell. I ain't even mad at this shit.
Like when my meetings, I'm sure they like, she got on the same shirt she had on before.
Right? Yo, there have been times in my life when I kept seeing, it could be weeks or months apart, and they kept catching me in the same outfit. I was like, yo, What the fuck is this? Ain't right. They think I only got one jacket, one one pair of socks, the same belt. Kim, I was so wrapped up in this dickhead.
I'll repeat it.
Please do.
I said I do believe at least 8.59. I do believe it's important for it to be a good rapport in order to have a good production. Now, of course, professionals know a way to make it work, and I'm sure they do that too, but you can tell when there's something in there where there's a good connection because it seems like it adds that special touch to the final production. But like I said, professionals can make it happen, but I just think it's better when everybody's in tandem. Then that's when the results are amazing. Everybody can celebrate together.
Yeah,
and I think a good team works well when everybody works together. And if you have one or two on the team who don't work well together, well, you might run into little problems here and there. Things aren't moving as natural and organized as they should.
Yeah,
and I believe that's the thing for a movie set.
I would be interested to know what the pressure is put upon certain actors that are chosen by certain directors. Like, this director chose me. You know what I mean? I got to make sure that they probably, like, if you work for let's say you work for a certain company and you have to work with certain people in the company, you know how they roll. You know what I mean? So you might know, like, okay, with this person, I know I have to do this, that, and the third because they like it this way or that way or whatever. Or if you play on a sports team, and you're playing with certain players on your team, so you have to kind of know how they play. But I wonder when an actor is chosen by a director, if they have to take into consideration, like, all right, working under this director, I have to decide about what I'm getting into. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, last time I worked with them, or from what I've heard about them, blah, 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 blah. They want this, or, you know what I mean? They're going to be extra long days, or they like to coach a lot when they come to the acting. I don't know. I wonder. All right, let's do the let's do the poll question. And the poll question is, how much does a director influence your decision to go see a movie? All right. Well, according to these 27 votes, 52% said not really, not at all, really. Wow. So our people don't give a fuck. All right. 7% said it matters. I trust the director's input. 15% said the actors are more important. And 26% said if it looks like a good movie, and I spelled like wrong. If it looks like a good movie, then I'll go see it. Okay. All right. So the director isn't on people's radar, according to this poll, isn't on the radar as much as some other factors might be as far as going to see a movie is concerned. Hold on a second. Bless you too. Okay. All right. So a lot of people don't take a director into consideration. But I wonder if a lot of the movies that we went to go see that looked like from the previews that they were going to be really great movies, I wonder if we didn't like the movies, if the direction had anything to do with it. And we may never really know, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But a director probably, I know directors have input on some of the writing and whether to direct that movie based on the writing of the movie. And they may decide, like, I don't know if I could, I don't know if I should do this one because this doesn't seem, this ain't it. You know what I mean? So, oh, you know what we didn't do, and I want to do that before we get into these birthday shout outs. Steven Spielberg movies. Because I want to see some of the movies that he did outside of the sci-fi genre, the fantasy sci-fi genre.
Mhm.
Okay. Movies directed by Steven Spielberg. God damn. All righty. All right. Disclosure Day, Schindler's List, known by Louis Farrakhan, referred to by Louis Farrakhan as Swindler's List. No, that was Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Swindler's. All right. Jaws, Jurassic Park, The Fablemans, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ready Player One, Saving Private Ryan, Duel, War of the Worlds, Munich, Catch Me If You Can, AI, Artificial Intelligence, Minority Report, West Side Story. West Side fucking what? Oh, the new one. I'm about to say, hold on. You know what I mean? All right. The Adventures of Tintin. The West Side Story one was 2021. The Color Purple. Ain't that about a bitch? The Terminal. Hook. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Lincoln. Empire of the Sun. Bridge of Spies. The BFG. The Lost World, Jurassic Park. War Horse. 1941. The Sugarland Express. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get back down. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Let's just say the Indiana Jones movies. Can we say that? Amistad, Firelight, Always, Amblin, Something Evil, The Post, Twilight Zone, the movie. I really like Twilight Zone, the movie.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. Bullet.
I'm a fan of Twilight Zone anyway.
The Kidnapping of Edgaro Mortara, Escape to Nowhere, 1961. I ain't realize he been doing this that long. Night Gallery, 1969. Jurassic Park Ultimate Trilogy, Jaws deleted scenes. All right, more Jurassic Parks. All right, now the reason I wanted to look him up is because we think about his biggest movies, the Jurassic Parks, the ETs, the Indiana Jones, the Schindler's List. But as you can see, he has a lot of versatility outside of, like The Color Purple. That's a far cry from a ET. You know what I'm saying? So
he got a great range. So
yeah, and just like we was talking about earlier in the show about can a good director handle any kind of movie? And maybe some directors are versatile, just like some actors are, but you have to have the right director for the right movie and the same actor. And the right actors for the right movies, for the right roles and stuff like that. Everybody doesn't fit into the right, like a circular director or actor probably can't fit into a triangular movie. You know what I mean? So, but it still has me really thinking about like how does this go? 'Cause I don't know enough about how this goes. You understand what I'm saying? Like I would really like to know what the process is that goes into choosing a director of a movie. Like, Cause I'm like, Color Purple? You fucking kidding me? So you look at Does Tyler Perry direct his movies too?
Yes, he writes them, directs them.
Then I don't even want to look.
Department.
I don't want to look. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You're gonna tell people what to wear, how to dance in it, what to say. That's why you know his shit suck, because he don't let nobody else in to help.
All right, you know what? Let me be fair. I'm gonna look his bum ass up. Okay. Movies directed by the what's his name? Tyler Perry. My bad. Hold on. Movies directed by Tyler Perry. All right. Oh Lord. Okay. Sisters, Medea's Destination, Medea's Family Reunion, Joe's College Road Trip, a Medea Homecoming, Straw, Why Did I Get Married, Divorcing the Black, the Family That Prays, Finding Joy, Medea Goes to Jail, Duplicity, Meet the Browns, I Can Do Bad All by Myself, Temptation, Confessions, I don't know. All right, Medea's Big Happy Family, Acrimony, Boo, a Medea Halloween, Good Deeds, a Medea family reunion, funeral. Daddy's Little Girls, Four Colored Girls, Mea Culpa, Medea's Witness Protect, Fall from Grace, Boo, a Medea Halloween. Why Did I Get Married to? Marriage Counselor, a Medea Christmas, the 6888, a Jasmine's Blues, Medea on the Run, the Single Moms Club, Medea's Class Reunion, What's Done in the Dark, Nobody's Fool, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Medea's Neighbors from Hell, For Better or For Worse, Medea's Farewell Play, Laugh to Keep from Crying, Hell Hath No Fury Like a Woman, I guess like a woman scorn, The Marriage Counselor, and you know,
he got a couple of good ones in there, but those are ones he didn't do by himself.
Well, I didn't see what was the movie about the Precious? I didn't see that on there.
Did he direct that? I thought old dude directed that.
I guess he didn't. That was Lee Daniels. Yeah. That was Lee Daniels who directed that.
Yeah, I thought Lee Daniels did.
I thought that was a Tyler Perry movie.
No, it wasn't a Tyler Perry movie.
Okay. All right. All right. So with all those Medea titles, as sucky as I think those movies are, evidently those movies sell. That's the crazy shit. As sucky as I think those movies are, he wouldn't have made that many of those titles if nobody went to go see him. Those Medea movies are probably what's paying his bills. Tyler Perry Studios built on this foundation of Medea. I mean, that was a lot of fucking titles.
But that's a lot of church people, a lot of Black Christians who tend not to have a lot of versatility. So, I mean, I'm not trying to knock nobody down, but that's kind of...
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
People who watch him are not people who have versatility in what they watch. They tend to lean towards that kind of stuff and find that kind of stuff funny. And there are people where we wouldn't watch movies together because we definitely wouldn't have the same taste.
One, two,
outside of them. They're the kind of people who don't get some commercials because of the
4,
type of movie it is. So
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 Medea movies.
he does time. You're correct. He makes a lot of church people and a lot of women. He makes women movies, but he makes women movies where the women are always this woe is me as victim, and it's always the worst case scenario. His movies just make no absolute sense to me. Like I said, he make a few good ones here
I,
and there, but then
I,
all
I don't
kind of
like
shit.
I don't like his movies. I never have. But I'll say this. In the in all fairness, I felt like the Friday the 13th series went too far because they made like 13 plus of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like after the third one, they should have cut it off. But guess what? People kept going to go see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and they added on some more after that. So regardless of what I think or how I feel or what my tastes and choices are, there are other people who feel differently. So
Mm-hmm.
as I can criticize what I think the social implications are of those Medea movies and what his writing and directing are, I felt the same way about Eddie Murphy movies. I felt like Eddie Murphy, toward the after the prime of his career, I didn't like Eddie. Like when Eddie Murphy get to doing that, I do this, I do that. I'll be like, come on, man, what the fuck happened to you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck happened to you? You was the fucking greatest. But guess what? Evidently, that doesn't turn everybody off. He was
No.
still collecting those checks, and those movies were still putting a lot of people right there in the theaters. So it ain't about what we think personally all the time.
Well, I know that.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? As I take credit away from Tyler Perry all the time. I don't like his movies. None of them. I don't give a fuck what they are. Like I see a certain pattern in his movies. But I don't want to get into saying that you got to be a buffoon to go see that buffoonery. Because my idea of comedy might be George Carlin, with the social commentary and the comedy, or what was the black dude, the gay boy who used to write comedy for Richard Pryor, and he always talked about political stuff.
You talking about Paul Mooney?
Yeah, Paul Mooney.
Mm-hmm.
My attraction to comedy might be him. It might be George Carlin or somebody like that. Somebody else might like a Robin Williams or somebody who throws a pie in the face. You know what I mean? Like some people like physical comedy. Some people like cerebral comedy. Just because I like cerebral comedy doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a higher quality person or that my mind is on a higher plane. Like the person who likes a pie in the face is thinking like, how the fuck can you not think a pie in the face is funny? Or slipping down or slipping and falling or something like that. And I won't say that they're wrong. There's a difference in taste. It does offend me, the insinuation that is that black people only like dumb shit, because I don't accept that. And that would mean that most white people like smart shit. And we know goddamn well. Listen, I worked at a job before where they told me, like these workers that worked under me, they were younger than me. They said, sometimes the words that you use, we don't understand.
Okay.
You know what two of the words were?
I'm listening. I know there is something stupid. Go ahead.
Banister.
Banister.
I told
Okay.
them to wipe down the banisters. She said that she had to Google it.
We are doomed. This generation. We are doomed. Lord.
Now these are white girls.
Don't matter.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I was like, well, what do you call them? And she said railings. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just used to it being called a railing. But I'm like, a banister is not a big word. Okay.
No, I did not know.
You know what the other word was?
I'm listening.
Vestibule.
I didn't know.
Vestibule. I was like,
well, that outside room in there, that's what they understood.
wait. When I asked her, well, what do you call a vestibule? The area that's a vestibule. She said, the foyer. I couldn't be mad at her because I never called it a foyer. I only knew it by vestibule. So she used maybe a more common word or an easier word, because vestibule doesn't sound like when I think about it. I know some people who can't even say it right. They be saying vestibule.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, touche. Yes, my education level was higher than hers, but the communication level needed work on both sides. I never used the word foyer. But I did use the word railing. And I did feel like she should have known the word banister.
I'm just sitting here thinking she should too.
But if you're not around people who talk a certain kind of way or communicate a certain kind of way, you're not going to be used to that. So bringing that back to the whole Tyler Perry movie, the whole Madea thing. I don't know if I used to go see. Remember all those gospel plays used to come to town?
Yeah.
You know, the your arms too short, the box with God, and all of that kind of shit. You know, my opinion of those plays, before I saw them was like, oh my God, a bunch of holy rollers. You know, because they had a lot of the same storylines and they ended the same way. You know, they shouting at the end of Jesus done made it all right. God done took care of it. But the plays weren't that bad. They had a consistent theme, but they weren't that bad. And I was starting to think and for a while I was starting to think that all black cinema was a certain kind of, lacked a lot of cerebral quality. Until I started seeing some better ones. And I have to say that the better ones got outside of the gospel arena. But that's not to say that I haven't seen some gospel plays that were pretty good. Because I did. I saw some. But then I started seeing two plays that I went to go see where they were based on books, and the books were not well written. Michael Baisden, those books he used to write was simple and plain. And when they made plays out of out of Men Cry in the Dark and The Maintenance Man. I was like, these plays are going to be ass. And they just happen to be two of the best plays I've ever gone to see. So although the book was trash to me, not well thought out, not well written, not, lacked imagination, whatever. The plays did the damn thing. You know what I mean? So unlike when I was a little younger, I don't indict people for being dumb as before. At least when I don't know them. Now, when I know them, I can say for sure, you, sir or ma'am, are a dummy. I don't give a fuck what you say. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get on about it here. Kim, I had a great time. I like this show tonight. That's pretty cool. I want to thank you for coming through.
Topic was good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Yo,
everybody stay safe in these storms and these tornadoes that are whipping through the country.
Without a
The
doubt.
lights been blinking since we've been on here. So I am getting ready to shut it down.
Hold on, let me give you a little credit. Listen, the thumbnail for tonight's show was designed by Kim. I want to thank her so much because it was a hard. It wasn't as easy to get it done as it may look. But I appreciate the design and I appreciate the time and the effort that you put into it because it's a good look and I really needed that. So thanks a lot.
Hopefully more to come.
All right. Well, I wanted everybody to recognize you for putting that together because Lord knows it wasn't going to happen on my end. Standard issue over here. All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Stay safe. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye.
All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 17th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Elijah Medley and Carbeth McIntyre. No relation, but what up, cuz? And also Mary Baptista and Billy Rice, Maria Gonzalez, Real, Ileani Jimenez Santana, Willett McCoy, Belinda Collier, that's my cuz, known to the family affectionately as Tiny, Terry Nance, Aisha Falk Muhammad, Shamie Camara, Daniel Wilson, Jay Dixon, and my man, who grew up right around the corner from me, my man Derek Witherspoon. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you. Hold on. My man Derek, this is an old picture of us. Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. You see that? You see that handsome fella right there? That's me. That's my man Derek. He had to be about 14, 15 at the time. Hold on. Let me get the light out of your face. He had to be about 14 or maybe like 14 at the time or whatever. That was me and my suede multicolor. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Benetton. What y'all know about that? Benetton Rugby, 1985. Or does it say 86? The picture's a little grainy. Anyway, that was my bestie back in the day. That was my my mans in them. That was my mans in them. All right. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 8th, June 17th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, director of a movie is just like the director of the show. You know that the boss can go the way that the show is supposed to be. You don't have no boss. You gonna see exactly the thing that's missing. You gotta have somebody lead because that's what we need. Everybody can't be the leader because some people just want to follow. I see you here tomorrow. If you don't have no leader that's taking us to the place where we want to be, well, I don't think it's going to turn out the way that we want. And I'm about to say, don't front. You should have paid them this dough because you see the product ain't really going to show. It's like a house. When you show it, when you see that shit is lived in, I say Thanksgiving is definitely the smell that I got in the crib. And it's probably not the way I wanted to live, but it's going to have an effect on how much dough that you can sell this crib for, So now you know. Everything is good and it's understood. We were double platinum, gold, silver, and wood. Made a couple of ones, had a little bit of fun till we was done. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show, 1 a.m. in the morning. So make sure y'all come on through. Come on through. All right. Have a good night. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Miss Grim Ripper. Was good. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the show as much as I enjoy broadcasting. I got to get on about here. Peace.